So I am back in the beautiful Worley Woods for another session. I've just finished setting everything up for the very first session of September. So we're back into things, back getting the sessions rolling. It's a beautiful day. I think we've got a second summer coming in right now. 27 degrees today. Some beautiful sun. So it should be a great session. My musings this morning have been about the trials of solo work. Most of the sessions I run, it's me on my own as sole leader. So I do everything. I pack everything in the van, unpack everything else, drag it all up the hill, set it all up. So I've got swings set up, got the tarp set up, table, got all the bits and pieces ready to go. And when everyone arrives, it's me going up to collect them and bringing them back down again, me to run the session, take the photos, deal with any problems and issues, instigate play, help people do things. And then at the end of the day, it's up to me, tidy it all up, pack it all away and put in the van. Now, this could sound like a bit of a complaint, and maybe it is a little bit of one, but there's some good reasons why I do this, and a lot of it comes down to income and funding for the sessions. So getting someone else, employing someone else, or having a freelancer come in and assist for these sessions is a significant expense. It would be the biggest expense, even bigger than Vintai. So it's not a decision I can make lightly. I have had assistance in the past and just haven't had the numbers to be able to justify that. So at the end of the day, if I have someone set aside their time and come out to a session and make sure that they're there every week, the very minimum that I have to do, and that's fair, is pay them for that time. Pay them for their skills as well. And in general, make sure they receive compensation for the value they provide. Now this, with low numbers, means either I don't get paid or I start heading into the red. Now, I love having assistants around. I love having co-leaders. I have a certain type of energy. I'm very kind of quiet, methodical, logical. I tend to like the practical skills. It's people I've worked with who have that energy, who bring that complete let's go do things vibe. They're brilliant at craft stuff, and that's fantastic because then we can bounce off each other. They can set up this sort of activity over there, I can set up a different one over there, and if a problem comes up, someone cuts their finger, for example, the session doesn't have to grind to a halt. You can have one person working on that, the other person keeps going and keeps things entertained and moving. So there are challenges, and it's great when I have the opportunity to have some. They're with me for the big events. If I know there's numbers, then of course I'm going to book someone in. I've got some fantastic people on dial that do brilliant work, and I love working with them. But sometimes these everyday sessions just don't deliver the numbers. And yeah, if numbers drop off for whatever reason, and that's one of the perils of working with a home educating crowd, is that sometimes they come and go. They'll be away on holiday at interesting times of the year, and you just may not be taking in that much a day. That's okay. One of the ways I've found around this to at least solve some of the problems of not having a co-leader is because, like I say, I'm not totally on my own here. That's one thing I should probably make clear, is that whenever I run a session on my own with children, the parents always stay. So there's always adults around. So not totally on my own. Ratios get managed, and maintained and managed, and all things are good. But what I can do to help out with some sessions, and one of the things that I recommend, it's quite a good thing to do, is get some of your parents to contribute a bit more. So at the moment I'm setting up a whole new day for school sessions, and I'm going to put out, or have done at this point, a call out to parent volunteers, essentially for a bit of photography, a bit of help setting up or packing down, or just generally helping with activities. I give a small discount here and there. It kind of gets around all the problems of employment, and basically it helps those who wouldn't normally be able to afford the sessions to be able to come along. So it's a win for everyone. And I have someone who's been absolutely fantastic out here. They take amazing photos, always there to help, bring really good energy, and they might not be here to set up, which is okay. I like being able to wander around a bit like this in the morning and have a natter to you guys, or have a sit in the hammock and just take it easy. But at the end of the day, when I want to get out of there and get home, spend time with my family, it's great to have several other pairs of hands packing everything up and moving everything down. So and then whether you have someone helping you or not will depend a lot on your situations. I mean, if you don't have parents around, then you're going to need at least a couple of adults to maintain the ratios. So you kind of need to set your pricing accordingly. I'm trying to keep the prices down for people, and that might mean that we don't have that full range of activities during a session. It might be a lot more child-led than would otherwise be, but that's okay. We do what we can with what we have, and we try and make every day worthwhile for these children. So there's my thoughts on lone working. Entirely possible. If you're thinking about setting up for forest school and you're worried about trying to find an assistant or co-lead or whatever, just start out on your own for a start. It means that you don't have many outgoings, you're not as likely to end up in debt or running into the red. So just experiment, and then when you get to the point where you've grown to a size where you think you can make a leader or a co-leader or assistant work, go for it. Absolutely go for it. It's great having another person, another bit of energy, and so much nicer working as part of a team. But don't be afraid to go it alone if you have to. So that's all for me for now. I hope you have a great rest of the week. Make the most of every day, and I'll see you next time.